Vreau să fac introducerea și să-l prezint pe domnul academician Serafim Kastanakis din Grecia. O familie deosebită, am ținut tot timpul o legătură în această perioadă, deci sunt din Creta, am înțeles, da? Insula Creta, da.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like first to thank Professor Vasile Dumbrava for the invitation to come here to speak in the forum. Also, I had the invitation last year. I came here and I spoke to this forum. Thank you very much. And I like Romania because I have been in many cities as invited speaker, in Cluj 3 times, in Sibiu, in Iași, Constanta, and Bucharest. So, my subject is immunosuppression and the fungal infections. Fungal infections in patients with cancer. Fungi are important causes of life-threatening infections in patients with certain cancers. At some cancer centers, for example, fungal infections have been the leading cause of death in patients undergoing intensive chemotherapy for the treatment of acute leukemia. Fungi have been reported to be responsible for 2/3 of all superinfections in patients with hematologic malignancy and associated neutropenia. Invasive fungal infections have also been reported in up to 40% of autopsies in patients with hematologic malignancies. Factors predisposing to fungal infections in patients with cancer. Predisposing factors: intravenous and percutaneous catheters, total parenteral nutrition, fungal pathogens, Aspergillus species, Candida species, Malassezia, Furfur, Trichosporon species, mucositis, nasogastric tubes, gastrointestinal surgery, antibiotic use. Predisposing factors also chemotherapy and hyperglycemia, chemotherapy, corticosteroids and hyperglycemia. Infection with human immunodeficiency virus, fungal pathogens, Cryptococcus neoformans. But these other predisposing factors, HIV, Hodgkin's disease, non-Hodgkin lymphoma, corticosteroids. Fungal pathogens in these predisposing factors, Histoplasma, Coccidioidomycosis, Pneumocystis carinea. Aspergillus and Candida species account for most fungal infections in cancer patients. However, the life-threatening infections caused by emerging pathogens such as Trichosporon, Fusarium, Pseudoleishmania, zygomycetes agents of mucormycosis, and Malassezia are increasing in frequency. The major risk factors for infections with these organisms are prolonged neutropenia and impaired cell-mediated immunity due to either to the cancer or to the use of medications such as cytotoxic drugs or corticosteroids. Factors predisposed to fungal infections in patients, in general, patients with hematologic malignancies such as leukemia or lymphoma are more severely immunocompromised and at higher risk for developing invasive mucosis than those with solid tumors. This reflects the impact of hematologic malignancies in the production of and function of immune cells, as well as the aggressive use of cytotoxic chemotherapy in their treatment. Patients with relapsed cancer or advanced metastatic disease are also at higher risk than are patients with newly diagnosed cancer. These patients may have diminished bone marrow reserves related to prior chemotherapy, a greater degree of fungal colonization due to prior antibiotic therapy, undergone treatment for previous fungal infections and thus are at risk for relapse, become colonized with fungi resistant to previously administered antifungal agents, more intensive chemotherapy resulting in profound neutropenia. Aspergillus infection is increasingly reported as a cause of invasive disease in cancer patients. It usually occurs in association with profound neutropenia or high dose of corticosteroid therapy. Leukemic patients undergoing the emission induction therapy are particularly at risk. Aspergillus is spread by the airborne route, and the site of infection is the lung, is the primary site of invasion in most cases. Dissemination to other sites, particularly the central nervous system, occurs in 20% of cancer patients. Progression of aspergillosis can be extremely rapid and is extremely fatal. Aspergillus, the mortality rate due to invasive aspergillosis is very high. Often, despite antifungal therapy, the prognosis may be improved by early diagnosis and prompt institution of therapy, combined with the reversal of a disposing condition such as neutropenia. Candida oral tongue. Candidiasis is the most common fungal infection in patients with cancer. Manifestations range from superficial infections of the mucous membranes to deeply invasive disease. Candida albicans is responsible for most Candida infections, although non-albicans species are counted with increasing frequency. Oral candidiasis in cancer. Fungal infections are of the oral cavity with Candida species are common in cancer patients, especially those receiving radiation to the neck and head, and patients undergoing intensive chemotherapy for the treatment of acute leukemia. Oropharyngeal candidiasis has been reported in up to 1/3 of leukemic patients. Significant predisposing factors in this population include mucositis and disruption of the oral mucosa, salivary gland dysfunction resulting in xerostomia, changes in the microbial flora of the oral cavity that favor overgrowth Candida albicans, and immunosuppression. Patients with mucositis, especially those with compromised immune system, are also at high risk for developing esophageal candidiasis. This endoscopic image of esophageal candidiasis. Candidemia, acute disseminated candidiasis in which bloodstream infection. Candidemia is accompanied by invasion of deep organs, is a life-threatening complication of cancer therapy. Neutropenic patients with leukemia or lymphoma are at highest risk. The gastrointestinal tract and indwelling vascular catheters are the principal portal of entry of Candida into the bloodstream. Candida infection of multiple organs is common, particularly kidneys, brain, heart, and eye. Candidemia. Also, this is here lung candidiasis. Chronic disseminated candidiasis is another manifestation of infection reported with increasing frequency in cancer patients. It is usually encountered in individuals with hematologic malignancy who are recovering from chemotherapy-induced neutropenia. Patients may have had an episode of candidemia during the period of neutropenia. As the neutrophil count increases, the patient continues to exhibit fever, often accompanied by abdominal discomfort. Trichosporon. Trichosporon is the causative agent of the white piedra and superficial infection of the hair shaft. In immunocompromised hosts, trichosporon can cause localized deep tissue infection or disseminated disease that often is fatal. Most cases are seen in patients with leukemia and lymphoma who are receiving cytotoxic or corticosteroid therapy. Disseminated trichosporonosis also occurs in bone marrow transplant recipients and solid organ transplant recipients and patients with AIDS. Trichosporon. Fusarium. Fusarium found commonly on plants and in soil. Fusarium species cause fungal infections of the skin, nails, and cornea. However, in the immunocompromised hosts, especially neutropenic cancer patients and bone marrow transplant recipients, these fungi cause disseminated infection. Manifestations include fever unresponsive to broad-spectrum antibiotics, sinusitis, pneumonia, and skin lesions. The clinical presentation of disseminated fusariosis resembles disseminated aspergillosis. Fusarium species. Here is Pseudoleishmania body. Pseudoleishmania body infection is acquired in direct implantation and inhalation. In immunocompromised patients, prolonged neutropenia and corticosteroid therapy are known risk factors clinically, and the histopathological examination. Pseudoleishmania is indistinguishable from aspergillosis and fusariosis. Clinical manifestations include local invasion of the paranasal sinuses with progression to the orbit and brain. Rhinocerebral mucormycosis. Although this condition is most commonly seen in uncontrolled diabetes mellitus, it also occurs in neutropenic cancer patients and organ transplant recipients. Left untreated, rhinocerebral mucormycosis is rapidly fatal. Infection begins in the paranasal sinuses and spreads to the palate, producing a black necrotic exudate or a scar. The infection can then spread into the orbit, producing periorbital and paranasal swelling, ptosis, proptosis, ophthalmoplegia, blindness, dilatation and fixation of the pupils, and loss of vision. Further spread to the brain, then causes frontal lobe necrosis and abscess formation. This is a clinical picture of rhinocerebral mucormycosis. Because the agent is angioinvasive, it produces thrombosis and tissue necrosis. Pulmonary mucormycosis here. cutaneous mucormycosis. This is Malassezia is another agent. Fungal infections in bone marrow transplant recipients. Bone marrow transplant recipients are shared with other groups of immunocompromised patients. Several known as risk factors for fungal infection, including underlying diseases such as cancer, prolonged neutropenia, exposure to corticosteroids, broad spectrum antibiotics, and use of indwelling venous catheters. In addition, there are risk factors unique to bone marrow transplant recipients, such as graft versus host disease. There are 3 periods during which most infections occur. The first month after transplantation, the second through the third month after transplantation, the late post-transplant period from 3 months after transplantation until normal immune function is regained. This host defense defects in bone marrow transplantation. Host defense defects: neutropenia, disruption of anatomic barriers, abnormal cell-mediated immunity, disruption of anatomic barriers, delayed recovery of immune function, disruption of anatomic barriers, fungal infections in bone marrow transplant recipe, aspergillosis also, aspergillosis, fungal infections in bone transplant, candidiasis, aspergillosis causing death in solid organ transplant, fungal infection in solid organ transplant recipient, fungal infections in patients with AIDS, HIV infection. Virtually all patients infected with human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, experience some type of fungal infection over the course of their illness. Opportunistic mycosis encountered in this population include aspergillosis, candidiasis, cryptococcosis, histoplasmosis, coccidioidomycosis, penicillium marnefei infection, and pneumocystis carinii pneumonia. This is here the picture: oral thrush, mouth, yeast infection, AIDS, HIV. Aspergillosis has not been well recognized as an AIDS-associated condition. However, the incidence of the disease is increasing as patients with AIDS are living longer and with greater degrees of immunosuppression. Aspergillosis is usually seen as a complication of advanced AIDS. Most patients have CD4 tough cells count below 50 and have had numerous previous opportunistic infections. Common conditions that increase the risk of aspergillosis infection include chronic lung disease from recurrent pneumonia, frequent use of broad-spectrum antibiotics, corticosteroids, and drug-induced neutropenia. Invasive aspergillosis can occur as an infection with pneumonia that spreads to heart, lungs, brain, and kidneys via the bloodstream. Aspergillosis is an acute pulmonary infection associated with AIDS. Candidiasis tongue associated with AIDS. Candida infections are the most common mycosis affecting patients with AIDS, but virtually all patients experience some type of Candida infection over the course of their illness. Oropharyngeal candidiasis is the most common manifestation. It occurs in up to 90% of patients with AIDS, often as the first clinical sign of immunodeficiency. Fungal infections in patients with AIDS, deep invasive infections with Candida are uncommon in patients with AIDS. This reflects the specific nature of the immune deficit in HIV infection. Fungal infection with AIDS, here Cryptococcus, very important. Cryptococcus neoformans is the second most common fungal pathogen after Candida in patients with AIDS. Infection occurs in 12% of individuals, generally when the CD4 tough cells count drops below 100. The spectrum of disease caused by Cryptococcus neoformans includes asymptomatic pulmonary lesions, meningitis, and disseminated disease. Although the lungs are the primary portal of entry for the lungs, the central nervous system is the most frequent site of clinical apparent infection. Cryptococcus neoformans is the most common cause of fungal meningitis in patients with AIDS. Extrapulmonary cryptococcosis, including meningitis, is an AIDS-defining illness. I repeat, extrapulmonary cryptococcosis, including meningitis, is an AIDS-defining illness. Histoplasmosis coccidioidomycosis also. patients in AIDS, pneumocystis carini pneumonia, very important. Pneumocystis carini, until recent recalcification, was considered protozoa. The organism is the common cause of pneumonia in immunocompromised patients. Pneumocystis carini pneumonia is one of the most common opportunistic diseases encountered in people with advanced AIDS. Both the incidence of pneumocystis carini and its relative contribution to mortality in patients with AIDS have been decreasing due to the development of effective prophylactic regimens. Nevertheless, up to 50% of AIDS-infected patients experience at least one bout of infection with pneumocystis carini in the course of their illness. This is pneumocystis carini pneumonia, both infiltrates in both lungs bilaterally. Major opportunistic may causes associated with HIV. Opportunistic may causes with AIDS. Candida species, albigans, Cryptococcus neoformis, Histoplasma capsulatum, Aspergillus species, Penicillium, Pneumocystis carini, all the pictures, yes. This is the hospital I work in Chania, and I invite you with your passport to visit me in Chania. Thank you.